Hey guys, it's Naushin and welcome back to my channel. So I haven't filmed for ages. So the last time I filmed, that was before I went to the holiday vacation. Yeah, I am that lazy. So you probably have seen me uploading videos, but those were pre-filmed. So technically this is my first video of 2015 and this is middle of January. Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm kind of feeling guilty, guys. So today's video is about my best products of 2014. So I will not include face, eyes and lips, all categories here in one video because that will make this video way too long. So instead I'm thinking that I will just split them in 2 or 3 videos. I don't know whether I'm gonna make 2 videos or 3 videos because I'm planning of including skincare as well. So we will see how it goes, but today I'm gonna talk about all face products. So let's jump into that. For high-end primer, I have 2, but these 2 are for different purposes. One is this Benefit Professional. This one I mostly use on my cheeks and on my forehead just to blur out my pores. I don't use it all over my face. I'd love to use it all over my face. I have used it quite a few times, but the thing is, this one doesn't last me that long and it's pretty expensive. I think it's 30 bucks. So I only use it now on my pores, just on my pores, like on the cheeks and on the forehead areas and sometimes on my chin a little bit. But I don't use it all over my face. And the other one is this Laura Mercier Radiance Primer. I use it, this one is a travel size. So I use it mostly when I need a little extra glow because it leaves a beautiful glow to the skin. So whenever I need a little bit glow when my foundation doesn't do that much work for my radiance because I have dry skin, so I use this one. But if you have oily skin, this one will not be appropriate for you. I think they have a regular primer, you can try that one instead. But if you have dry skin and you love glow like me, you are definitely gonna love this one. From drugstore, my winner of this year is this Pixie Flawless Primer. Again, this is more for the dry skin people because it leaves a beautiful glow and sheen. So I don't know how it's gonna work for the oily skin people because it might be way too greasy for you. I don't know. But for me, it leaves a beautiful sheen under my foundation. Sometimes I mix it with my foundation too. I know Pixie is only available at Target and it's a little bit expensive compared to the other drugstore brands, but this primer is worth trying. So in foundation category, for high-end, I have 2 foundations. One is Dior Skin Star Foundation. If you know my channel, you probably have seen me using it thousands of times. And another one is this Girl on Lingerie Depot foundation. I love both of them. I would say that I love this one a little better because I like the coverage of this one better than this, but the staying power of Lingerie Depot is amazing as well. So I know these 2 are a little bit expensive, but they are like worth every single penny, guys. In drugstore foundation category, my 2014 winner is this Revlon Color Stay for oily combination skin. I know you guys are probably thinking like, you are a dry skin girl, why are you liking a foundation which is made for like oily combination skin? But I don't know, for some reason this one really works for my skin and this one doesn't accentuate my dry patches. This one doesn't look very flat on my skin. It just works perfectly. I don't know how I got this one because generally if I pick any foundation, I pick the one that is more for the, you know, normal to dry skin, but somehow I think I got it mistakenly and I'm really glad that I got this one because otherwise I would never try this one. And this is amazing foundation, hands down. This is the best foundation from drugstore and I used it a lot throughout the last year. For concealer in high-end, I have 2. One is this MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. You know, if you watch my videos, you know that I swear by my MAC Pro Longwear Concealers. I have a couple of bottles because these are different shades. So sometimes I do some highlighting, so I use the lighter shades and sometimes I just go by my skin color. It's a great concealer. It doesn't crease under my eyes, it doesn't accentuate my fine lines, and it stays for the whole day. So I swear by this product. And the next one I discovered, I think, in the last quarter of 2014, and this one is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So whenever I buy a concealer, I have a benchmark which is like MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. So I always compare it with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, whether it is performing better or equally or it is like not performing that good. So this one, I would say that it works equally as good as my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. So I reached to both of them like equally throughout the last year. So I discovered this one in the last quarter, and what I like most about this product is this one. So that makes it different from my Pro Longwear concealer, because I don't like the pump it comes with. So that's why maybe I am using this one a little bit more over the last quarter, but I love both of them equally, and I highly recommend these two concealers. From drugstore, I have two again, and one is this Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I love this concealer. This one, consistency wise, a little bit lighter than MAC Pro Longwear or the NARS Creamy Concealer, but this one is a great one from drugstore, and it's only $5, and it doesn't crease under my eyes. And trust me guys, I have very extreme fine lines under my eyes, so any concealer creases other than the ones I have mentioned. So this is a real deal for me. A drugstore concealer doesn't crease on me, so it's a great concealer. And the next one is this LA Girl Pro Concealer. I mostly use it to conceal my blemishes, but you can also use it under your eyes, and it doesn't crease under your eyes as well. I like the opacity of this product, and it's only $5 too. So these two, Maybelline Fit Me and LA Girl Pro Concealer, are my winners for 2014. They are amazing drugstore products. In concealer category, I have another one only I use for blemishes. I know I have been talking about a lot of concealers, but I categorize concealer into two categories, like the under eye concealer and another one for blemishes, because for me, the concealer that works for my under eye, it hardly works for my blemishes as well. And for blemishes, I really like this MAC Studio Fix concealer. I have this one in this Pro palette where I have all those 6 concealers, but now they have introduced like 2 pans where you can pick only 2 shades. I think that's a really good concept, because among these 6 colors, if I just use on myself, I only use these 2, and the other 4 colors are complete waste. So I think that's a great idea to introduce the 2 shades, because sometimes you can mix and match. So I really like this Studio Fix concealer only to conceal my blemishes, but I would not recommend to use it under your eyes, because the consistency is very thick, so it might crease under your eye if you just want to use it under your eye areas. For setting powder, hands down, my 2014 winner is this MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Powder. I love this setting powder. It has a beautiful silky finish. So throughout the year 2014, I have tried and tested so many different setting powders, like the Too Faced one, and I think I have used few others, but I finally settled into this one because it leaves a beautiful silky finish on the skin, and it doesn't cling onto your fine lines. I use it mostly under my eye areas, and it blends like a dream. It just sets my concealer perfectly. So I swear by this product, and compared to setting powders of other brands, it is not that expensive. So if you compare it with the Laura Mercier brightening powder or the NARS translucent powder, this is comparatively a little bit cheaper. So I have another setting powder from drugstore, and this one is the e.l.f. High Definition Setting Powder. So this is also translucent. So before I moved to the MAC Prep and Prime Setting Powder, I used to use this one. I would say that it does the job perfectly as my MAC Prep and Prime, but if I have to be picky, I would say that what deviated me to this one is the silky finish of MAC Prep and Prime. So it has a beautiful silky finish, but this one I feel like a little bit, consistency wise, a little bit like heavy, but it blends perfectly too. But this one is a little bit heavy compared to my MAC Prep and Prime, but this one is only $6. So if you don't want to splurge on a high-end setting powder, but if you still want a good translucent one, this one is worth to try. It's a great setting powder from drugstore. Then only for highlighting, I use another setting powder. I don't know whether I should put it in drugstore category or high-end, because this is a drugstore brand of UK, but here in US I pay almost like high-end price. So this one is the Ben Nye Luxury Powder in the shade Banana. So I only use it at the time when I need a little bit highlighting. So I use the MAC Prep and Prime first, and then I use this one just to give a beautiful yellow highlighting effect under my eyes. The reason I don't use it as a setting powder by itself is because it's a little bit heavier on the skin. So if I just use it by itself, it will be too much under my eyes and it will cling onto my fine lines. So I just use it as a highlighter instead. For cream bronzers, I have my Chanel Tan du Soleil bronzer. This one is a little bit lighter on my tan skin, especially during summertime, but if I use a little bit more during summertime, it gives a beautiful healthy glow to the skin, and I love how it blends on my skin. So in cream bronzer, I know it's a bit expensive, but I couldn't find any other alternative to this one, so I really recommend this one if you are looking for a cream bronzer for contouring. And if you have light skin, it's gonna give you a beautiful contoured look. And among drugstore, I have this Sonia Cashew Cream Bronzer. I would say that this one is a great dupe for this Chanel Soledo Tan Bronzer. And this one just does the job perfectly, and it is like 1/5 of the price of this Chanel bronzer. And it also blends perfectly on the skin, and you can use it for contouring or all over bronzing depending on what skin tone you have. And the good thing is it comes in 2 colors as well. So I have the darkest one, but you can also pick the lighter one if you have lighter skin tone. So I highly recommend these 2 bronzers if you're looking for cream contouring. For powder bronzer, hands down, my winner is this Guerlain Terracotta Bronzer. If you know my channel, you probably have guessed this one already because I have used it in almost all of my videos. Trust me guys, I try to use other bronzers as well because I'm almost at the end of this one. So I try to use other products as well, but I don't know, I couldn't like any other bronzers as I like this one in terms of the color and in terms of the consistency, how it blends on my skin. This is just perfect. I know it's a bit expensive because it's Guerlain, but it worth every single penny. And this bronzer doesn't get that much hype on YouTube or in any other blog. I haven't seen anyone talking about this bronzer, but this one should get a shout out because it's a beautiful bronzer and it blends on the skin perfectly, and they have a wide range of color. And among drugstore category, I have one bronzer. This one is the Pop Beauty bronzer. I got it in one of my Ipsy Glam Black, so I didn't have that much hope for this bronzer, but for some reason I really like this one. It has kind of a gray undertone. I think for that reason I really like it for contouring because it gives a beautiful shade, but it doesn't leave any orange residue there, because most of the drugstore foundation bronzers, sometimes they can leave some yellow orange shades, but this one, since it has a little bit gray undertone, it just leaves a perfect shade for the contouring, so it doesn't look odd. I highly recommend this one if you can get hold of this. I don't know where you can get it, but you can get it from Pop Beauty website, but I haven't seen that in any local stores, so I don't know whether Ulta carries that one too, but I have to check. In liquid highlighter category, I have 2. One is this Joy Cosmetics BB Plus Illumination. When I got this one, I was continuously using it for 2-3 months, and I was literally obsessed with it. Actually, I'm still obsessed with it because this is a great highlighter. It's a perfect blend of champagne and bronze. I don't know, it's really hard to describe, but as you can see, like, it gives a beautiful sheen to the skin. It's a beautiful highlighter. I highly recommend this one. And the next one is Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. I have a small travel size of it. And I would say that compared to Joy Cosmetics one, this one is a little bit more on the pearly side. So this one is Joy Cosmetics one and this one is the Becca one, but both of them are beautiful highlighter. And what I mostly like about these 2 highlighters compared to other liquid highlighters in the market is they blend on the skin amazingly. And I don't like the highlighters which leave like very shimmery streak on your face, but these ones instead they blend like a dream. Like, they just leave a beautiful sheen on the skin, and it blends with the blushes and other powder products you use later on, and doesn't leave any harsh line there. And also another thing is, like, they don't accentuate your pores or any other imperfection on your skin, because sometimes some liquid highlighters, if they are overly shimmery, they might accentuate some of your imperfection on the face, and sometimes they they make your pores look larger. But this one, these 2 actually, they blend like a dream, and they will just leave a beautiful sheen, nothing else. For powder highlighter, first I have this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. When I got this one, I used to use it every single day. I think this is the highlighter I have used mostly throughout the year 2014. And I absolutely love this highlighter. So The difference between the powder one and the liquid one is this one is a little bit more opaque, and it will be a little bit more intense definitely, because this is the powder version. And exactly like its liquid version, the powder version also blends on the skin amazingly, and it doesn't accentuate your pores or any other imperfection, and it just leaves a beautiful sheen on the skin. And before mentioning the next one, I quickly want to apologize because this product has been discontinued, but I have to mention this one, guys, because this is about my 2014 best products, and I have used it quite a few times over the last year. And this is my Dior Amber Diamond. I don't know why they have discontinued such a great product. It's a beautiful highlighter. I leave it mostly for special occasion. A, because it has been discontinued. B, it is a little bit more intense than any other highlighter, so I use it mostly for special occasions. But again, even though it is so intense, it doesn't leave any shimmery streak on your skin, and it just blends perfectly on the skin. I have nothing bad to say about this highlighter. I don't know why they have discontinued this one. I don't want to hit pan on that because I don't have any backup of it. This one, I don't know how am I gonna live without this. And this has the interesting thing, like you can either swirl your brush all over this, or you can individually use those 4 colors. So they are like the Bobbi Brown shimmer breaks. Even though I don't use that much highlighter from drugstore, I have this Hard Candy Tiki bronzer, which I really like. I know they call it bronzer, but this is actually their highlighter. It's a beautiful highlighter, but the reason I don't tend to reach for this one that often, because it contains mineral oil, which is harmful for the skin, and my skin is very sensitive, so that's why I am really skeptic of using this one. But if you don't bother about that one, you can definitely reach for this one, because it's a beautiful highlighter which gives a beautiful sheen again. Because in drugstore it really hurts to get a highlighter which is not overly shimmery, because most of the highlighter I get in drugstore are either overly shimmery or accentuate my pores and imperfections, and they just sit on my face, they don't blend. But this highlighter is amazing. The only thing is this mineral oil, but if you don't bother about that mineral oil, you can definitely try this one. It's worth trying. So guys, that completes my top face products of 2014. I'll probably do 1 or 2 videos showing you guys my top eyes and lips products, and also the skincare. I'll probably include that one as well. So stay tuned for that, and I'll talk to you soon. Till then, stay well. Bye bye.